Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lea and I'm from Germany, and this is my January cross-stitch Flosstube update. I have to voice over this video because I rendered the video without sound and I deleted all the files already, and I didn't notice because I was in a hurry, and so I hope I can manage to do a nice voiceover. So this was recorded at the end of January, and I thought this was going to be my favorite Flosstube video because I have lots of haul, I have new starts, and I did a lot of stitching in January, and I'm really excited about this. I have new fabrics and new stuff, and yeah, I don't want to show my face right now because I'm really tired, so I got this nice decoration for you, and I think it's a fine replacement for my face, isn't it? Yeah, so let me see what I'm going to do now. It's been a while since I recorded this video, so I don't even remember what I am talking about, and you and me have to see what's going to happen. I'm not sure, to be honest. Okay, so I want to finish Murky Manor this year by Glendon Place, and I worked a lot on it, and I'm determined to finish it. So this is how it's going to look like. This is my oldest whip, and I really want to have it done. But I also really enjoy working on it. I also have a new pair of scissors, which my mom gifted me for Christmas. And it's shaped like a butterfly, and I love these scissors. My old cross-stitch scissors are pretty old, so it was about time. Perfect gift. Okay, so this is where, on the left, you see where I was last time. This is an image from December. And so I stitched the moon with my variegated floss. I changed it from the yellow to this gray and white. And I had to rip out my old moon and my old ghost. And I managed to do some of the windows here. And I backstitched all of the tree. Yeah, and did some of the wall, and I had to frog a lot of my old ugly stitching, and I went over the fabric with my needle to even out the weave of the fabric, so the holes from my old stitching will disappear. Yeah, so I stroked over the fabric with my needle to rearrange the fibers a bit. Okay, now I'm talking about the roof, I think. I really love this roof. Compared to my old stitching, it looks so much more vibrant. I mean, I've treated this very bad. I've moved a lot, and it's collected over the last more than 10 years a lot of dust, and this is much prettier, obviously. So I'm really happy about it. Yeah, and I stitched all of the moon. Not all of it, but a lot of the moon. Yeah, I think I'm showing you here that the roof doesn't look as vibrant on the preview. And yeah, I didn't like the yellow moon, so I will show you which floss I chose in a few minutes, I think. And what I did to receive this optic is usually when you stitch with variegated floss, you get these stripes when you go from left to right. And they did it on the preview as well. But I stitched, so it has a lot of white. So I stitched as long as I had white, just however I wanted to go. And whenever the floss turned darker gray, I started to stitch in circles around it. I tried to do irregular circles, so it's not a dotted moon. But yeah, I just stitched like chaotically around the thing, the dark area, And whenever it turned white again, I mean, I filled in the area around it or I stitched on. So I tried to do these moon craters. I don't know if that's the correct term in English, but yeah. So I have to fill this out, but I'm not feeling it right now. I will probably leave it for the end. Or maybe when we watch some movie that I have to pay attention to. And it's not that bad that it doesn't have that high contrast of the yellow, because everything is backstitched on this piece. And I backstitch as I go, and I really, really like it. And even though I use Q-snaps, the backstitches are fine. So I'm really frustrated when I'm done with my stitching and put my final cross stitch in, and then here I'll show you. It's a Threadworks floss, and it's number 1023. So yeah, when you put in the last X on your cross stitch and then you have to do all the back stitch, and it takes you forever, and with the last X you felt like your cross stitch was done, but it's not. For me, that's the worst feeling, and I enjoy backstitch a lot as I go. Okay, so now the fabrics are coming, and they are on eBay. Someone unloaded their stash on eBay, and I couldn't pass on these, because it's really rare that you find good things on eBay in Germany. So this is a 25 count Lugana. It's a purple, and the piece is 52 by 69 centimeters. And it cost me $3.77. So this is like the regular pre-cuts you can buy. In Germany, they're like 8 or 9 euros. So this is a really good deal, and I like the color. I don't know yet what I'm stitching on this, but I bought just everything that I thought was pretty. So this is a mint opalescent Lugana, also 25 count. And it's 42 by 69 centimeters. And it looks blue on here, but it's a really nice greenish minty color. Maybe for a Mirabilia, or like for a small Nora Corbett maybe. I don't have a particular plan for this, but I love it. And I paid €3.50. It's around maybe like $4.20, maybe something like that. Let's see what comes next. I don't even remember. Oh, this is an Aida, but I think they didn't write it, but it looks like a linen Aida, doesn't it? So you see the slabs here, and it looks a little bit more creamish, brownish. Oh, here you can see it better. So it's, they said it's a sand Aida in 18 count, and I really love how it looks, and I already have a project for it now that I'm 2 weeks into February. But I will show you that in my next video, which will be really exciting. So maybe you might hear in the background some talking or movement. We are having guests right now, but I'm really frustrated that I couldn't upload the Flosstube, or uploaded it without sound. So I try to fix it right now. Oh, and the next one, I love it. This is probably one of my favorites. It's I don't know, is it the Edinburgh? It's these printed Zweigart fabrics. It's like, yeah, it must be. It's the 35 count Edinburgh, and I never stitched on something like that, but I think it's going to be great. And it's 35 by 82 centimeters. It's a linen, and it cost €5.70. I can see myself stitching maybe some primitive hair on this, or yeah, something like that. Some smalls will fit on there easy. I have some more haul at the end of the video. Stay tuned. I don't know what I'm talking about there. Why am I showing this fabric for so long? What am I telling you? I don't know. I don't have the time to watch my German video, because that one has a sound, but I try to stop complaining about this. Now, this is really interesting. This is a 28 count cashel. No, this is a 25 count Dublin linen, but it's bleached white. And this is really big. This is 51 by 95 centimeters. And I can see myself tea-dyeing it maybe, or maybe even dyeing it with some brighter colors, or maybe use it just as it is. I'm not sure yet. It's 51 by 95 centimeters. So it's almost a meter, and well, it's a yard. About a yard, and it cost €8.50. And finally, this is a 28 count cashel, light beige. It's 43 by 61 centimeters, and it cost €3.80. And it's cute. This is a pretty normal fabric. Maybe I can tea and coffee dye to give it a more antique look. But it doesn't have a project yet, so I will wait for that. But I'm really thinking about trying some dyeing in the future, but I don't know, I have so much to do. I don't know if I have the time for that, but I also don't have money, so might as well. Yeah, it's pretty. I still haven't really stitched on a classic linen like that. I need to find, no, I have enough projects, but I need to find a project soon. I think I have a project soon that is on linen. I'm really sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about in the video right now. I'm just trying to fill the time. Maybe I cut it. I don't know. I don't have time cutting it. It will take like 2 hours, or yeah, a little over 2 hours to render, and then another half an hour to upload. So it's already 2 weeks too late to upload. Okay, so oh, this is my gold collection piece. I showed it to you, I think, a couple of times. This is also around 10 years old, and oh, she's so beautiful. And I finally restarted her because I'm pretty sure you don't want to hear me complain about my old stitching. I think I did it a lot in the last videos. Okay, so this is my new start. I bought a completely new piece of Aida. This is a cream Aida, and this is my new start. And she's stitching up really quickly, and she's still pretty difficult because you have to do half crosses with like 5 strands of floss. This is really crazy. And it's very mixed, as you can see. There's like really thick areas, and then you have only half stitches with 1 strand. And you also did the back stitching on this rose. I think it's really, for me, it's really satisfying to see a part finished and to know that a part is finished before I go on. Yeah, but the thick floss is not stitching up quickly, but the dress is stitching up so quickly. These are all half stitches and with some single cross stitches in between. But I enjoy it. I really want to finish it this year. And now I don't know what I'm talking about for so long. Maybe I really have to cut it. I hope this works, because now I'm sitting like 15 minutes talking to this microphone and I don't know if this works. Please work. So I'm quickly showing you my old picture, my old project. Here you can see side by side how bad my old project looks. I mean, look at these big holes and irregular stitches, and the floss is all over the place. It doesn't lay nice. I mean, it's washed, I know, and not ironed. That makes it look a little bit worse even, but you can see the holes. I didn't have a cross-stitch frame, so I put way too much tension. And this project is not very forgiving because these thick parts with the 4 strands are really bad. And here you can see the skin. I know I showed you a lot of times. You won't see this anymore. I stitched a lot, as you can see. I showed it to you, but I don't care. I love how the new stitching looks. I don't regret it. Okay, next up is... Pull it out now. Next up is a new purchase. I bought this in December from a used bookstore in the UK, and I think I told you about this, and it finally arrived. I was really scared. It took about 5 months to arrive, but I paid 15 euros for it, including shipping. Isn't that crazy? I love it so much. I always wanted to stitch this castle. I always wanted to stitch a Teresa Wentzler, because when you stitch a lot, you really want to challenge yourself. And I mean, she's known to have very complicated and detailed designs. I'm sorry. Yeah, but I want to change the color of the yellow. I want to change out the yellow for a darker purplish blue, and I also bought some étoile for the purple parts and some gray étoile. And I really want to start it this year. I really want to start it after I finish my Murky Manor. Then I will start it. So I'm working really hard on finishing Murky Manor. I think I will leave Murky Manor out as long as I can. And as it looks, maybe I'm also neglecting Gamer for that even. That's how much I want to finish. And start this. Because I promised Julie to start it. And she's reminding me all the time that I should start it, and it's really hilarious. Every time I talk about it, Julie's in the comments, "Hi Julie, by the way," and telling me, "Hey Leah, have you started it yet?" And I think it's so funny. Okay, so I will show you the book and the patterns. I mean, I won't show you the patterns, but the images you can stitch in this. So I can see myself stitching this, but I really want to make the colors different. So with Teresa Wentzler, a lot of time I love the design, but I don't love the colors, because they're like pastel, but very many colors in one image. But the most thing I love about this is her hair, her braid with the bead in the hair. And there's lazy daisies on her scarf. I mean, the details. And there's an Algerian eyelet, I think it's called, in this thing on that sofa thingy. I don't know how it's called. There, I'm pointing at it. Yeah, so I maybe want to take out the pink and do it more tone in tone, and I really want to make the colors more intense. I'll have to look into that, but look at the detail. I mean, in the window frame, hello, it's crazy. There's so much backstitch, but I will backstitch as I go, and therefore it won't be a problem. So this is the next pattern in this book, and it's the Day Fairy or Maiden. I'm not sure. Maybe I should have read the text before talking about this, but I love the design itself, but again, I really don't like the colors. I don't like the mix of yellow and blue. I never liked that. I don't like the mix of yellow and pink. But I mean, there are specialty stitches, and I love the delicate flowers and herbs on her, and I love her dress. I love how she looks. I can see myself stitching her, but I would have to change the colors completely. Like, I mean, I like her hair color, I like the herbs, but the rest I will have to change completely. But that's not completely impossible. So this is the night version, and I even like her better than the day version. This is more my jam, but still not convinced. I will have to change a lot of it. Next, this is probably the only wintry, Christmassy thing I would actually stitch. I really like it because it has like that fantasy vibe to it. But I would change the colors again completely. I would make it more like not that many different colors. But I mean, the sparkle is so beautiful. She's beautiful. I love her coat and all that flowy stuff. And the trees on the bottom. She's gorgeous. But she's not in my top list. So this is something that's in my top list actually. I think Teresa Wentzler is pretty known for her carnival horses things. I can't think right now. I'm so sorry. It was so much better when I first recorded this. But yeah, look at these details. Carousel, is it called? Yeah. And it's beautiful. I would stitch it on white maybe, so it really pops. Yeah, this is something I can see myself stitching in the future, the near future. Not this year, not next year, but yeah. Also on my top list, this is probably my second favorite of all of them. I've seen this in a German cross-stitch group, Stitched, and the colors are more vibrant than on this preview. But I would like tone down the colors and yeah, I love these. The lady that is stitching and these people with their instruments. Oh, it's so beautiful. I really have to do it. Yeah. There's so much backstitching in this one, though. But it's beautiful. This is Cinderella. While I love her dress, I love how it looks. Cinderella is really not something I'm interested in. There's the castle. And then we have Pegasus, I think. This is not something I will stitch too much similar colors. I bet the screens are confetti hell. And I love the mood of this, but I don't see myself stitching this. And it's supposed to be stitched on black fabric. I mean, oh my god. It's beautiful, but I mean horses and unicorns, they're really not something I'm interested in. Yeah, I know. So this is how the floss list looks, and the one for Rapunzel is pretty massive, but believe me, it's not the longest. But Castle is pretty manageable. So these are only the colors for backstitch. Okay, here's the patterns. I can show you a bit. You can see how much backstitch there is. Yeah, I know. Crazy, right? That's Rapunzel's hair. Oh my god, here, I mean, in the frame, maybe some of you sampler stitchers have had this much to do, but whoo! Yeah, backstitch, 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 and all different colors of backstitch. I have to have some patience for that. Oh yeah, the Cinderella's face and her skirt is 1/1, so there's a separate page for the 1/1 patterns, and there's like 2 pages for Cinderella, so she's crazy too. I'm tempted to stitch her, but yeah. Okay, so these are all the patterns. Favorite, favorite, favorite. I can see myself stitching those. Those 3 after the castle, and all the others, probably not, to be honest. Yeah, so I'm really happy about this find. And yeah, I will, as I said, I will stitch it when I finished my Murky Manor. And oh, now I'm telling you that I will change the yellow. So I put a picture of this in Photoshop, and I made it change the yellow to different colors to see what I like best, and that's how I found out what color I want for these. And I think I'm using 32, and with the mix of a dark cornflower blue maybe to make it more dark. That's what I thought. And the body of the dragon is a mix of a very pretty blue-green and an olive green. So I like the blue-green better, so I will just leave the mix out. I'm fine with that. This is the fabric that I got for this. It's called Sandy, or maybe Sandy Dune, something like that. And it's a very pale, beige, creamy color with a little bit of modeling on it. It's really subtle. It's like cold brownish tone, maybe. So I think it fits the colorway very well. And it's a Belfast linen. And these are the flosses. I kitted it up. Only a few flosses are missing. On top you can see the cornflower blue I picked for the wings, I think. Oh, the colors are beautiful. Maybe on the way I will decide to have some mixed colors to be only one, because sometimes Teresa uses colors to tone down, to make the colors more paler, and I like the colors to be more intense. Okay, so Gamer. Oh, Gamer. In case you forgot or you're new here, this is how she looks. And I bought her in April of 2019, and I finished the first column in 2019. And this year I hope to finish the second column. I even tried to finish 12 pages, but now that I'm working to finish Murky Manor so much, I think I will also already have to skip February with working on Gamer, and I think that's the first month since I bought it that I'm not stitching on Gamer. This is how far I got in January. It was like a couple of days. I think it was the 27th when I recorded this, so I had a few days and I finished the page until the end. So that was bad confetti down there where I'm pointing. I'm just telling you about that many people say that the banner is so confetti heavy. No, it's not that bad. Wait till you stitch the piranha plant and those white flowers. Oh my god. But the banner so far was okay. It was okay. Just a little in the dark parts. So yeah, I am talking about finishing this easy until the end. And yeah, I think as I thought, I'm not finishing a page a month. And but I'm still hoping to do 10 pages. No, 7, at least 7 in a year. That's one column. That's doable. Okay, next. Yeah, surprise. In my last video, I'm showing you where I was last time. And in my last video, I told you I'm not working on this year. But I had the urge. I really wanted to work on this. And yeah, so I finished a page. On the left, it's almost finished. There's only in the top right of that page a few stitches left, and I finished those until the end of January. It's done. And maybe I can do the both top pages until the end of the year, because I really have a lot of projects, and I don't want to be too optimistic to do more on this. It only has 6 pages, so if I worked on this constantly, I could finish it easy in a couple of months. But you know, too many projects, as always. I now have 9. Yeah, I have 9, and I was always talking about going down to 6. No, I started 2 new ones. But I'm only talking about one of those in this video. So yeah, now I finished all of the solid stitching of the background, and I worked on the moon, and I really love how that moon pops on the dark fabric. It's gorgeous, but it's a pain to work on. I would never choose a dark fabric for a HAED again, ever. But I started it. I will go through with it. Now I tell you what I have to finish until the end of the month, and I did it, and now I can cut. Oh, okay, now here you can see the Gel Art floss. It's called Maple Syrup, and along with the pretty scissors, my dad brought more Christmas gifts for me. And this is the first time I have Gel Art floss. And it's from a kit we bought when I bought Murky Manor, and my mom had it in her stash, buried all those years, and we didn't even know about it. And they moved to America without knowing about this kit. They're beautiful colors. I won't use it for the kit though. They're so pretty. And yeah, I'm really excited about these flosses. So I rarely get any fancy floss here. And yeah, this is the pattern. It's by Simple Stitchez, Village of the Month October, Haunted House. And do you know this? I haven't never heard from that. It's by Casey Ogg. This is I googled her, and I couldn't find any new patterns, so I don't think this is manufactured anymore. So this is nothing I would buy for myself today, but it's cute. I mean, it's really cute. It's not that big, and I started it, and it's my travel stitching now. And I want to change the colors, and it's finished in this cute plushie, but I don't really have any space to put things on, so I have a lot of empty walls. That's why I will put this in a frame and put it on my wall when it's finished, and I will change the colors probably. No, for sure I already started it. I changed the colors. The door will still be purple, and the gray stones will still be gray, but I'm using floss that has that doesn't have a tag. That I sometimes bought used floss that's unbranded, or some leftover floss, or some anchor floss that I really can't use, so I'm using that instead of those nice Gentle Art sampler threads. And yeah, that's my start. That's how big it's going to be, and it's on 14 count. This is a leftover piece that I had. Didn't even have to cut anything, so I measured it, and I was like, okay, I'm doing it on 14 count now. Yeah, so as you can see, the door is still purple. I am using 2 shades of a light bluish gray from Anchor, and I'm just I'm sorry. I'm just mixing 2 different flosses, and I'm trying to give it a variegated look. So I'm just stitching like randomly with that, and then I'm stitching randomly with or filling in with a darker tone in the wall. And I'm still using Banker's Gray for the gravestones, and I think Banker's Gray is my favorite. It's so gorgeous, and I can use it for a different project already, but I'm going to tell you about that in my next video. So subscribe. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button now. And while you're at it, please like my video. Thank you. Yeah, and I'm using this dark gray. It's called Soot. and I'm using it for the stairs. It's a dark gray with some reddish brown in it. It's so beautiful. I love it. I love these gray colors. I don't like too heavy variegated floss, but I like when it has a slight change in color with it. So just like in the middle. I don't know what I'm talking about now. Here's the anchor floss I'm using for the wall, and I'm thinking about changing that bright yellow. I think it was a bad choice. It didn't look as bright on the bobbin. Okay, so finally we're at the end. This is the last part of my haul. So my bobbin had a huge sale at the end of the year, and I just had to buy stuff. So I saw this on Instagram before, and I have saved it to my collection. I don't know how it's called on Instagram, but I thought it was really cute, and it only cost like €1.50 maybe. That's crazy. So I had to buy it, and it's so cute. The owl is really not liking the rainy, cold weather. You can see the storm in this picture so much, and it's so sweet. And okay, so these are 3 patterns that are a series, and I have seen them before and loved them and looked at them for a while, and they were on sale. Yeah, so I bought those. They're 113 by 158 stitches, and all the background is backstitched. I mean, not solid, but those details, those stamp marks. Oh, it's so beautiful. I love the colors. They're perfect. I will stitch those on the same fabric probably and hang them all one by one on the wall, and I really want to start those too. Life is hard, you know. Okay, now I love this one too. This one has quarter stitches though, so I might have to use a smaller count. And the pink version, they're all around the same size. I wanted to stitch them on Aida, but I think I will use an even weave for them. Maybe some really fine even weave. Yeah, now I'm talking about the quarter stitches on this piece, probably because of these small designs. But there's so many details on these pictures that I didn't even see at first glance. So this ballerina and this small butterflies. Oh, it's so pretty. Now that I'm watching the video again, I want to start it right now, even though I already started 2 pieces this month. And also something I can tell you about that haunted house is I'm taking this with me when I'm visiting, like my parents-in-law, and we're all talking like for hours and drinking coffee, and then I can just pull this out and stitch some on it, and I don't need a good light, I don't need a stand. I have this in a little bag, and I can take it anywhere where I know I will sit around a little bit. And that's what I'm using this for. Okay, finally. So this is difficult because I don't know what I said in that last part. It's about shoutouts. I always forget to do shoutouts. I'm so sorry. I always want to do them, but then I'm so busy with thinking about everything I want to say and collecting all the stuff that I forget them. And there's so many channels. I watch so much Flosstube. It's not even normal anymore, I think. So these are some channels because I don't watch the primitive sampler channels. It's just not interesting for me because I really can't see myself stitching anything like that. So I'm always looking for channels that have HAEDs and full coverage, any full coverage, and dimensions and mirrors and something like that. So first channel I want to tell you about is Dani Needlecraft, and she's German too, but she does English videos, so all of these are in English. She only started like 1.5 years ago maybe, and she has a huge collection of full coverage. It's really awesome. She does weekly videos. She has a lot of progress. It's so much fun to watch. So the next one is Squishy Stitchez. We're doing a stitch along together, and she has such a fun whip parade uploaded just like a week ago maybe. Go watch her. She's awesome. She does a lot of personal talk. I recently just saw that some people don't like that, so just a heads up for you. But it's really interesting what she has to say, and I love her. I can see myself stitching a lot of her choices, so I really enjoy watching her. And I want her giveaway, but I will tell you more about that next video. Then Angela Stitchez. Oh my god, every time she uploads, I'm clicking on her video. She does a lot of like Mirabilias and lavender and lace, and she does like very interesting changes to them, and she has beautiful fabric choices, and she has a really calm voice, and she has so much beautiful haul, and she does stationery, and I love that. I love stationery myself, and she's from South Korea, and I love her videos, and she has some cute cat stuff too, and she has a lot of whips, and her videos are just amazing to watch. And she really, all of these people should have much more views because they're really great and really well made. So the next person I want to recommend is Eclectic Cove, and he used to do a book channel. He still does book videos, and he doesn't upload a lot, but when he uploads, he has a huge HAED parade. He has so many HAED whips, it's crazy, and he's really a really nice guy, and I love his choices. He does a lot of like fantasy women and dark stuff, and he gets a lot done on these pieces. I don't know how he does it, but it's very, very entertaining to watch all his gorgeous choices, and he also shows what he has in his stash. And I think he said that he's not stitching for that long, and he also made like a rocket launch into the big pieces and is doing really, really well with that. And so I want to mention Stitching at the Cabin. Probably every one of you knows them, but check them out. They have so many different projects. It's Julie and Alyssa. They are so entertaining. They make my day. I watch them and my day is just good after that. They make me really happy. They have so many HAEDs and Chatelaines, and they're stitching together on the, oh my god, Once Upon a Fairy Tale, and it's beautiful to see the designs. And as I told you, Julie also does the castle, and she does Chatelaine, and just go watch them, but probably every one of you knows them already because they're really on top of the Flosstube game, and yeah, I love them. Yeah, so that's all for now. I hope I didn't forget anything. Thank you so much for watching, and I will do another video at the end of March. I really at the end of February, I'm sorry. I can only do one video per month because I always have to do the German version too, because there's not much German Flosstube out there, so I'm trying to do it as Luda, but I'm not as organized and good as her. But yeah, oh my god, I'm talking so much. I'm sorry. I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing and commenting, and I hope I see you next time. Bye.